Hi, everybody. Welcome to a webinar about acting. I'm your host, Sophia Gutchinov, and we are here at Latitude Talent Studios on 8th Avenue in the Theater District because we live here in the Theater District. Hello, everybody. Hello. I'm a wave. This is me waving, and this is me waving on the live. It is raining out, so you know my hair is interesting. So here we are. Okay, so today our workshop, or webinar, is about, oh, the computer went off. All right, well, I still got the phone, so whatever. It is called How to Impress Industry Professionals and Get Them to Hire You. Again, very important. So I am going to look at the questions first that the viewers have answered, and we will see what people want to know. Okay, Siri is talking to us, even though I didn't talk to her, but that's the way she works. So, what's the number one tip I would give a model or actor in a small market advice to get started in the industry? Well, I think the most important thing is to try to get as much experience as you can before you make a move to a big city like New York, LA, Atlanta, New Orleans, Savannah, Georgia, wherever it is, right? So if you're in a small town and you don't live in a big city, that's okay. You eventually probably are going to have to move to one in order to pursue your career full throttle. Here you go. But in the meantime, you can have a photographer take pictures of you. You can take pictures with your iPhone, which is a great phone right now, and it's really awesome that it takes some quality photos. You can know your angles, practice in front of a mirror. You can, if you're doing runway, you can practice walking straight with heels on. You can practice opening, closing a door, how to present yourself. So you can do small things. Try to do like model for local shops in the area, local stores, whatever it is, you know. So that's what you can do in the meantime. And then eventually, if you want to actually pursue acting and modeling full time, you'll have to move to a larger city or at least be able to commute to one. Yes, the video will be uploaded afterward to YouTube. If it is choppy right now, I do apologize. I do not control the cell phone towers, but maybe the rain has to do with that. I don't know. Let's boycott Verizon. I'm kidding. I love Verizon. I have them. I always have service. It's amazing. Okay, so I'll go to the next question and then I'll go into the webinar, okay? What has my journey been like as an actor in New York? Wow, this question's a lot. Don't know if I can really answer that. Because that would be a 3-day long webinar. But the answer I can give short form would be that I hope you can hear me with the sirens, is that you need to just never give up, know yourself, take care of yourself, and just be you. Okay, we are going to come back to the questions. Now we're going to talk about the webinar. So, how to impress industry professionals, get them to hire you. So first, I'd like to discuss some questions that industry professionals will ask you in the casting room because they know you're an actor. They know you present this form and you're supposed to be like, hi, I'm an actor. I'm pretty. I look this certain way. I'm going to present myself this way. Yeah, that's great and all, but they also want to know what you are like when you're not in your actor mode because we all wear different hat or masks. And we want to know what you're like when you're with your friends, when you're at a bar, when you're dancing, when you're at an art gallery, when you're home alone, whatever it is, they want to get to know who you are. So these are the about me questions. What's your story? How long have you been in New York? How did you get into acting? Whatever. So where are you from originally? That's a great conversation. And when you do get asked these questions, a lot of times in commercial auditions, you want to make sure that you're answering them in a way that people can actually spark another conversation and keep the conversation going. So you want to answer these questions, and if someone says, where are you from originally? I'm not just going to say, Jersey Shore. Period. And then they ask again. No, I'm going to say, oh, I am from New Jersey. I grew up by the beach, you know, where Bruce Springsteen and Bon Jovi are from. I'm going to continue the conversation in a way where there's a beginning, middle, and end. Because in our industry, beginning, middle, and ends are very important when it comes to plots, scripts, auditions, everything, right? So we want to make sure that we are presenting our best self and making the conversation like snowball and keep going. So that was another question. What do you miss most about where you grew up? Do you have siblings? Do you own pets? What's your favorite movie, your favorite Disney princess? What do you like to do for fun when you're not acting? So as much as I love that we are all actors and models, it's great, right? But I need you to have other things going on in your life because we want to know what else is going on in your life. So for me, I talk about how I also do real estate. Okay, there's one thing. I also can talk about how I'm into healthy eating and fitness. So I can talk about how I have my little show called Food is Fuel and I'm passionate about it. Like on set the other day, on Monday, I was shooting a commercial for this jewelry box. It's going to be on Amazon soon. I'm hoping I'm going to get one. We'll find out. And they were testing the mic and the audio, and a good way when you're testing mics and audio is to just talk about what breakfast you had that day, because you can just ramble on. You don't have to think about it. It's mindless. You're just like, okay, this is what I had, this is what I ate, whatever, so they can get the audio to work. So for example, I did that, and then someone's like, oh, that's so interesting, I'd love to learn about it. And I was like, oh my god, well, I have a show that I live stream on Instagram called Food is Fuel, and you can totally check it out. So that was a fun thing that has nothing to do with my acting, hosting, modeling, or whatever. And that shows that I'm a person besides who I am right now, which is really cool. So they like to know that. Favorite book, favorite restaurant or food, worst job you ever had. That's a fun conversation starter. Now, if you ask these kind of questions like worst job, they could have negative connotations. So make sure when you answer them, you're not talking about you're not going in a whole story of how it sucked and how you sued someone. You want to make it positive. Always think about the affirmative, right? Where would you go on vacation? If you had a superpower, what would it be? Have you ever had a crazy experience, like a near-death experience? Do you believe in aliens? Describe a pivotal or happy moment in your life. These are just great questions that are going to be asked by you. You never know, so you just always want to be ready. They're good first date questions too. You're welcome. I got these from classes that I've taken. So you want to be ready in the audition to impress the cast director by showing that you're an all-around human besides just a model and actor. Because the last thing they want is someone who only does this and doesn't have anything else that gives them happiness in life. Because you should have other things in your life that give you happiness. I would hope, right? Okay, so another thing that's really important when you are applying for roles, I have heard from more than one casting director, especially last night when I was in a class, commercial class, that they don't want to see you applying for more than one role in one project because it makes you look like you don't actually know what role you fit into. And this is important because you want to make sure that you know who you are as a sense of self, right? So if there's a role out there, let's say there's a project, right? And there's a project and it's a film, okay, I'm making this up. And the one part of the film has a girl in it and she's the lead and she is a 50-year-old woman and she has 3 kids. But there's also a role that is the flight attendant who's in her 20s, doesn't have too many lines, but is in her 20s and is just in the air, is on the cabin and is like, we're gonna look this way and put on our life vest if something happens, right? Okay, there you go. So would I apply for the 50-year-old woman and the 20-something-year-old flight attendant? Of course not, I would not. I would apply just for the flight attendant. Now, if I did apply for both roles, that would make the casting people look like, does she know her type? Does she know who she is? That makes me look bad. So I want to make sure that I'm presenting my best self all the time. That's the theme of this business. Always presenting your best self and always being friendly to everybody. So that's a way to impress casting directors in a small level, knowing who you are, knowing your type. A lot of times they'll ask you, hi, what type of roles do you play? I got asked an audition yesterday. And I was like, in my head, I was like, hi, Alex. I was like, why would you ask me what roles I play when you're obviously having me an audition? You know what roles I'm playing. You're casting me, right? But they just want to know if I know myself. That was like a test. I don't like that, but I'm not going to be like, oh, I don't like that. Let me just walk out and not audition. No, of course I answered. I said, oh, I play myself. And then I gave attributes of myself, which I'm sure you guys can all fill in the blanks. So these are just some examples of what you can say based on who you are. This is really good for the commercial world, which is a great place to start because it's all about who you are as a human. It's not really playing roles. It's like, oh, young college student, or okay, Best Buy, right? There you go. So I just want to give you an idea. 1 second. Okay, so if someone asks you what kind of roles do you play, think about who you are as a human. Are you the best friend? I mean, I'm sure you're a best friend. You have a best friend, right? So you can say, oh, I'm the sassy, funny, kind of neurotic best friend who does have her act together, but also likes to have fun and is very loud. Okay. Oh, and what other roles can you play? Oh, I could play the girlfriend who's been cheated on, who tells her boyfriend to get out of her life. Okay, these are all roles that I have played. That's why I'm saying them. So a good starting point is to be like, what roles have I played? What roles do I go in for, right? Okay, another one is wellness brands, vitamin brands, skincare. There's other things that you could talk about. So knowing who you are and knowing what kind of roles you're gonna go into is really important. All right, moving on. I'm gonna go to a question, okay, guys? If you have any questions, you can totally ask. No, you can't tell them an essay's worth in a casting room, Daniel. Of course not. Do not give them an essay. They just want to know a short, simple, cute answer. So if they want to ask where you're from, you could say, hi, I'm from, okay, I already did this. Okay, if you weren't listening, then listen more. Listen better. You got to listen in this industry. It's very important. All right. How important it is to, okay, I'm going to speak English now. I'm going to speak English. Okay, here I go. How important is it to arrive on time to a casting? What if I'm late? Should I show up? Great question. So let me ask you something, all right? When your friends are late for you, do you get mad? Or you're just like, yeah, no worries. I got all the time in the world. Now, I know as New Yorkers, we don't have all the time in the world, and we're always doing something, and always back to back. Now, if you have a job interview, right, to be a doctor at Mount Sinai, and you're late for your interview to be a doctor at Mount Sinai, do you think that's going to make you look good? No, it's not going to make you look good. You got to be on time. And on time in this industry isn't 6 o'clock, your appointment's at 6 o'clock, you got to be there at 6. No, you got to be there at 5:50, 5:55 at the latest. 5:50, it's pushing it. Now, I know that for me, I tend to get places right on time. And I'm always working to get places early. Like today I had an interview, I was there early. I had another interview, I was there early. Yesterday for the audition, I was there early. Now, I can say that confidently, but let me also tell you about an audition I had last week. An audition I had last week was the train decided, the MTA decided they were against me, right? Amongst many other people. And I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be late to this audition. Why am I going to this audition? Should I go to the audition? Should I not go? Yes, of course I should go. I signed up for a slot. It was actually a callback. Of course I'm gonna go, right? So I was late and I hated myself, but I did not beat myself up about it, because what did I do? I couldn't control the MTA screwing over my life, making me late. But I could control messaging the person who got me the appointment and saying, hi, I'm running late. I'm so sorry. I will be there. The trains are screwed up, whatever. I actually wrote, funny enough, I said, the MTA is against me. I'm running late. I'll be there. And they totally understood. And guess what? When I got there, I apologized again, not a million times. I just said, hi, I'm sorry. Can you still see me? Because I was late. And they were like, yes, we can still see you. And guess what? They still saw me. And I was like, yes, thank you. It wasn't a waste of my time. Now, most importantly, it's not a waste of your time. Every audition is not a waste of your time. Even if you don't book it, it's not a waste of your time, because guess what? You got to act that day in a creative environment. You got to say, hi, this is who I am. I can play with this script. I get to do improv. This is fun. If you like what you do and you actually get joy out of this, then you'll play at auditions as fun. Yeah, you don't always want to go to every audition, of course, but it should make you happy. That's important. So, important to arrive on casting? Yes, it's extremely important. If you're late, should you show up? Yes, and you can always message them and say, hi, are you still able to see me? I'm running late. Or hi, I'm running late. I'll be right there. And just make sure you're respectful. And if you get there late and they're like, hey, we want to see you now, you can't be like, oh, I need a minute. Because guess what? You were already late. You don't get another minute. That's a privilege that they're still even seeing you. You must be grateful of that. Hello. Okay? So that's all I want to say about being late. It's very important to be on time, because time is money in every single industry, but especially this industry, when they have to see 20 people in a 20-minute slot or whatever it is. And when one person's late, it does screw it up. So please make sure that you're making yourself look good. And sometimes there's some like directors out there who don't want to deal with like tardiness. Yes, this is live. Melina. And if they don't want to deal with tardiness and they'll see that you're late, they're gonna be like, oh, I can't work with her. I can't work with her on set. Because you want to build trust. This industry is about building relationships. So how to impress industry professionals and get them to hire you again? Building trust, okay? Being on time, knowing your lines when you are on the audition. Like, showing up, having your makeup done, having your hair done, wearing the right outfit for the audition. If you're playing someone who's 18 and you're not 18, but you look 18, then you make sure that you're not wearing fake eyelashes and hot red lipstick with a low cut shirt that shows your cleavage because you want to look like you're younger, right? Denim is a good way to make yourself look younger. Denim, for whatever reason, is very like all American, girl next door, younger vibe, okay? What I'm cooking tonight is not this show, Melina. This is the other one. So stay tuned for the other one. My other friends are asking. These people are hilarious. Anyway, okay. Next question. What's the best pose for a headshot? Good question. There is no one best pose for a headshot. Your headshot has to do with who you are, and your headshot's supposed to show you and your personality, right? So there's a debate between headshots being vertical or horizontal. Mine is horizontal. A lot of screens when you watch a movie is horizontal. Hi, Sydney. So you want to make sure that you have a headshot that looks like you, shows your personality. And the minute I look at it, hold on, I'm gonna show you. Please hold. Getting my bag. When you see someone's headshot, you want to get an idea of who they are. So, this is also important to impress casting directors and get them to hire you. If your headshot doesn't look like you, do I trust you? If you go on an online date and the guy doesn't look like what he looks like on this profile, excuse me, I have just been deceived. I don't want that. No, thank you. I want to see you, how you look, how you actually look, and who you're presenting is genuine, okay? So when you look at my headshot, I'm wearing lipstick now, but it looks like me, right? Yeah, it does. And what do we get from this? We get who I am as a human. I'm hoping that we're getting qualities that I described earlier. So there is no one best pose for a headshot. Just make sure it looks like you, make sure it's clear, make sure it's focused, make sure it's a great headshot, make sure it looks like you on your best day. It doesn't have to make you look glamorous like you're going to the Oscars. It doesn't have to look like you when you're going to the movies on a Friday night wearing jeans and no makeup. No, it has to look like who you are most of the time and who you're going to be when you walk into an audition and what roles you're going to be playing most of. Okay, so if you play 18-year-olds most of the time, then you better look like an 18-year-old on your headshot. Okay, great. I'm gonna go back to my thing and then I'll go back to more questions. If you have any questions, please ask. Okay, great. Yeah, I will make this available. Don't you worry, it's gonna be on YouTube. All right. Oh, important, trusting cast directors and creating that healthy relationship to impress industry professionals. If you have an audition time and you're offered a time, like today I got offered an audition time for Tuesday at 1:20. Now I can go at 1:20, right? But do I wanna go at 1:20? No, I wanna go later. Now I wake up every morning early, but that's not the point. I have things to do during the day. So I wanna get the latest appointment for my schedule and who I am and knowing how I function as a human. So I messaged them right away and I said, thank you, can I please request the later audition time? So that's great. So me responding promptly, efficiently, professionally says that I am responsive, I'm available, and I still want to audition, right? Now, it's also good to try and accept the appointment time and make it work for them. But if you have the opportunity to have the wiggle room in your schedule, then make it work. So responding to the appointment time. Like today, great example. I met a casting director's associate. Last month, I did a seminar where I just did some sides, like a little scene. And I was like, hey, I exist. I just want you to know so you can cast me. Now, I didn't say that. That's the point of it. I was just like, hi, my name is Sophia. Here's this. I'm going to do the scene for you, whatever. Okay, great. I emailed her as a follow-up. Follow-ups are very important. I'm going to talk about that later in a minute. And I haven't heard from her. That was June 20th, right? Today is July 31st. It's been a month and a week. I got an email today from her. And she said, hi, sorry this took so long. It was great meeting you. I really enjoyed your read. I would love for you to come in tomorrow to be a reader for this audition. And I was like, okay. So I said yes, because being a reader in audition is like free acting class. It's actually amazing. You get to see what people do in audition rooms when you're not the one auditioning, and it's very valuable. So the point is that I followed up with this woman after I met her. She emailed me back later, but she did. And she asked me to now meet, which is amazing. So not only did I meet her associate once, but now she's bringing me in, not for a specific role, but to let her know that I exist. And I'm going to meet the person who's in charge. Now, what do we call that? Impressing industry professionals and getting them to hire me. Now, they didn't hire me for a role yet. They will, definitely, I hope, right? But right now, I'm just building that relationship. I'm building that trust. And what am I going to do tomorrow? I'm going to show up. I already read the sides. They're going to be printed for me. I'm going to warm up. I'm going to be ready to be a reader and sit there for 3 hours and get to learn. And that's the point. I'm showing up. I'm showing them myself. I'm creating trust, and I'm letting them know that I'm a good person they can depend on, a good actress, talented, happy, and willingness to work and be there and take direction. So that's another way to impress a casting director. Follow-ups. Okay, so after audition, you don't have to say, thank you for seeing me. I really appreciate the time. I'd love to get cast. Listen, you showed up for the audition. You did your work. They already know that they want to cast you. They already know that you want to get the role, I would hope. So you don't need to say, hi, I would love to get cast. That's a lot of annoyingness. It looks like you're too eager. Don't do that. What you could do is if you meet someone in a meet and greet, a seminar, a meeting of an agent, a casting director, a manager, you can follow up. Within 24 hours, I recommend some people wait a week. No. New Yorkers, we're too busy. We've met 20 people in the past 30 hours. We can't keep up with who we met. So if you got to respond right away. During the workday too, I think is the best time. And you can say, hey, it was great meeting you. I'm working on this right now. I'm doing this. I would love to keep in touch. I would love to audition for you. Here's my headshot and resume, whatever. Okay, that's a great way to impress casting professionals, letting them know that you're taking the extra step to stay in touch with them, okay? Yeah, I think that's all I have for right here. Let me go back to the questions. How can I present myself to casting directors in a professional way? Great question. So, I think everything I said is pretty efficient in how to present yourself to casting directors in the most efficient way possible. Efficient and professional. Now let me ask you, do you guys have any questions for me? Because I know you guys do. Let me read these questions. Hold on. I'm going to say hi to all of you people. What's up? There's some questions. I want to make sure I answer all your questions because I know you answer questions. Guess what? I love questions. Questions are the best way to learn, in my opinion. I also love learning. See, I think that's all my questions for you guys. Okay, let's look here. Hello, everyone. Yeah, I answered all your questions. So let me just wrap this up. The most important way to impress an industry professional and get them to hire you is to be yourself, right? To be yourself. To let them know that you have a strong sense of self. To let them know that you have willingness to take direction. To let them know that you're happy to do this and you actually want to do this for your life or for the time being, right? You don't want to show up there and be like, hi, I hate acting. Can you hire me? Because why would that ever work? You know? I'm just being serious right now. Like if you go to any other industry, people think that acting is such an interesting industry compared to other ones. And honestly, it's really not. It's as much of a business as colleges, as hospitals, as health insurance, as my beautiful Swell water bottle is. And you have to treat it as such. Your talent is very important, yes. But what's going to make you impress industry professionals and get them to hire you? Again, the business aspect. That's why I have these webinars, because you guys got to learn that your talent is great and it will get you somewhere. But if you want to keep doing this, you have to put in the work. So just to sum this up, ready? Know your type. Know attributes to describe you. A good exercise to do. Oh, my commercial teacher taught me this, my mentor, right? Here it goes. Go to your best friend and ask him or her, or they, or whatever, or frog. I don't care anymore. It doesn't matter. Ask them, frog, that was funny. All right, I'm done. All right, ask them to describe 3 attributes of you, traits, right? Funny, pretty, whatever. No, we want it to be things that you can see in the casting breakdowns. No nonsense. That's a good one. That's one of mine, okay? Hi, Jose. So you can ask that to your best friend. Then you go to someone who's an acquaintance, maybe someone you work with. You don't really know that well. You say hi and bye, whatever. Ask them 3 attributes to describe you, okay? Now write this down, please, for me. Third thing, go to a complete stranger and ask them 3 attributes to describe you. Now I want you to do this to see how you present yourself to your best friend, to someone you don't know, and to someone who literally knows nothing about you, because that will let you know how you will present yourself in the room. Because in the casting world, they most of the time don't know you that well, and they're seeing you for the first time. So they're strangers. So what the stranger says is going to be very important. Now, if the best friend says something the stranger doesn't say, or vice versa, choose which of those attributes or traits you want to be presented in the room. Now, work on those traits. If you want to be more open and friendly, but your best friend sees you as friendly, but the stranger doesn't see you as friendly, then try to be friendlier, or try to be more aware of that, and try to be more open and friendly when you meet people who are strangers. If you're working on that. When I did that exercise, funny enough, the stranger, the best friend, and the acquaintance all said the same thing. Meaning, I present myself as genuine who I am to every single person, which is a good thing in the casting world, I think, because I'm playing myself. I don't have an actor persona. This is who I am. And I'm like, hey, this is me. This is what you're going to get. This is me in this role. All right. And that's cool. Other people have acting personas and they have the real personas, and that's different. And if that's you, that's cool too. But just know which of those things, which of those hats you're going to be wearing when you walk into the audition. If you want to impress the casting professional, you need to know these things. So, I just want to let you guys know that we are at Latitude Talent Studios. See, there's a billboard or sign. And that my name is Sophia Gutchinov, and I am on Instagram under Sophia Gutchinov, Sophia. I'm with PH, yep. And my last name is Gutchinov. All right. I'm going to tag myself so you'll be able to see me and find me, ask me questions, DM me, whatever. Watch my web series. I don't care. Whatever you want. I'm also on Facebook. And I'm here to help people, here to help actors, models, aspiring people who are in the business. I mean, I need help too. I get mentorship. No one is above anyone else in this industry. We all need to present ourselves to the best way we can, and, you know, collaborate. And the only person you're competing is yourself, with yourself. I'm gonna say that again. The only person you're competing with is yourself. Period. That's what I meant to say. All right. Thank you for tuning in about how to impress casting professionals and get them to hire you. Again, peace out. Have a great night. Stay cool from the rain. Stay dry and moisturize and drink water. Bye.